Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day. Today is Saturday the 12th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning, pretty decent time, got the dog out. He was out a couple times for the night, but not a big deal. Went ahead, got that done, got up, got a couple things around. Wife stayed in bed a little longer than I did, which is pretty normal, so I was outside just kind of chilling out in a semi-cooler morning. It's still hot even in the morning, but it's not quite so bad once the sun starts coming up, because the new house basically faces west, so my backyard is in the east, and the early morning sun just cooks that lanai area and just gets it so damn hot. I've got a shade cloth hanging there, but it's still not enough to keep the heat from just radiating in there, because there's no good shade tree on that part of the yard. So I'd love to go plant actually a couple trees in my neighbor's yard, because that way it would actually give me more shade and I wouldn't lose much yard, just for dogs playing and stuff, but not really how you work when you plant trees in other people's yards. So, but yeah, I've got room there. I thought about planting a couple trees, but I haven't figured out what tree I want to plant there. So I thought about doing some like really tall bamboo as well, but haven't done that. So I'm hoping to build a little patio over by the pool, and then kind of make like a little screen cover for it, like some kind of cover, and maybe spend my mornings over there in the shade. I don't have any fan or any power hooked up there yet, so I'm waiting to get an electrician down here who was supposed to get a hold of me. I don't know, the 7th, 8th, 9th, something like that. Never heard from him, so I gotta reach back out to him again and be like, hey, when are you coming down to give me an estimate to run some power out to that section? Because I need to run power out there for my pool, because right now I'm running a extension cord, which is not the safest thing and not really up to code, but it's working fine. But if I start putting fans out there and other things, if I run enough power out there, I think I'm gonna put my hot tub over there as well as my ice bath as well over there, so I kind of make like a little area, and I can put a little fence up by the patio to keep the dogs away from all that stuff as well. So it'd be kind of nice to not have the dogs bumping into the table and knocking drinks and stuff over and whatnot. So yeah, there's a nice little shade in the north corner of my yard, so might end up trying to make that a little bit of a morning spot, but who knows, we'll see. So, but from there, got a couple things done around the house, nothing too major. Mostly just hanging around, waiting for my wife needs. Nurse needs something to help her out, because she's got that leg dicked up still. She's broke her kneecap and haven't even had surgery yet, which is so ridiculous. Insurance is a pain in the ass, but for a first world country that we are supposedly in, with the greatest healthcare in the world and all that kind of stuff, it is definitely a cluster F on so many levels. So, but we're just hurry up and waiting. So yeah, we got her in and out, up and down, different things, and she had some office work to do. She's still trying to keep up on it. She's a lot slower here at the house. One, she can't move up and down as much, like just even going, like getting the print stuff off the printer, I got to do it and whatnot. So definitely slowing her down a lot in that process. She don't have a proper computer set up with multiple screens and all that kind of thing, so it's making her life a lot more miserable as well. So, but she ate a little bit, had some snacks the other day, had a little breakfast and whatnot. So she wanted to go run around and do something today. She wanted to go for a car ride, didn't know when or where. I just kept kind of waiting for her to finally give me an answer, and I said to heck with it, decided to go for my run. So I went midday, went and got my run in. On my run, I spotted a gas-powered golf cart, which I'm thinking about buying for her to drive back and forth to work. And it's license plate, not already, so it's already registered in Florida, so that saves a lot of that hassle and time to do that. So, but I don't know the exact laws yet, because I've talked to different people and get different answers, and even the internet's giving me different answers, whether or not you can cross the highways or not. Or I know you can't drive them on the highway, but sometimes you can cross the highway, and some people that you can't. Some people say roads up to 35 mile an hour, other people are saying roads up to 50 mile an hour, and I don't know what the rules are, and it is what it is. So, but the one he's got, he didn't change the governor, which from everything I read about the law, you have to change the governor to at least go 25 mile an hour, and his thing tops out at 22. And I also didn't see a speedometer on it, which I thought you had to have to make it street legal, and have a speedometer on it, which you could run a GPS, plug-in style GPS, which would also work that way, but I don't know, it's hard telling. So we're trying to figure that whole thing out, and then we thought about possibly putting it in her father's name. That way, if he wanted to let him run around, he could run to the store and stuff, he could do a little bit of this and that. It's kind of in town stuff, and I don't want him driving anything in my name in case he gets in a wreck. I don't want to be reliable or be responsible for the insurance and whatnot. So thought about buying it, putting it in his name, letting my wife drive it for the 6-8 weeks she needs to, and then from there letting him drive it after that. So, but I wouldn't even let him drive it till after she was done with it, because if he wrecked it first time out, then we'd be out of golf cart and wouldn't have anything for her to drive. So definitely wait till she was completely done with it. But it'd be nice to have a little golf cart to like run to the beach and just do little dumb stuff on. And being gas powered, I like the idea, because the worst case scenario, if you ran out of gas, you know, going over the beach side, if you're on a battery, you're screwed. When you're out of gas, you can always just bring a gas can, fill it up, and then go again, which would be nice, because depending on how far you run around town, you could easily burn through a battery set on a golf cart pretty quickly. So who knows? I also like the idea of the sound of the gas powered ones, because they're quite a bit noisier, which I hate. I'm driving down like the beach and stuff and want to just be relaxing and chilling out. But I like the fact that with the gas powered one, he's less likely to run somebody over, because there's somebody walking on the crosswalk and stuff, they would hear him coming, which would be a whole lot better. So who knows? Everything's on their own. There's a lot of things to weigh back and forth, and I'm not even sure she can get in and out of the golf cart by herself anyway. So she can't get in and out of it by herself, and it does her no good to have the damn thing. So who knows? It's really hard telling. But got done with the run, saw it, like I said, saw it on the run, so I got back, sent her a picture of it and stuff. I got home, got cleaned up, got a couple other things done, and then she decided she wanted to go for a car ride. So I'm like, cool, let's go get that done. So went ahead and basically headed out. I wasn't sure what to take. I said, we can take anything you want. We can take the Suburban, the truck, the car, the Vet, motorcycle. I said, I can get you on a motorcycle. Getting you off can be hard, but I can get you on it. So we were laughing and joking about that. So she decided she wanted to try and take the truck, and she wanted to go over and drive to the beach, because I bought a beach pass the other day when my cousin and her family was here. So went ahead, so we got her loaded in the truck, and that was a pain in the butt. Just getting in the truck was not easy, and the way the brace sets, her legs are so short, she's like, she sits weird. So I went inside and I bought her a big wedge pillow thing to like prop underneath her legs and stuff and hold her legs up and keep them from rolling around, and used that to kind of make a little platform. So I raised her up off the seat, made it more of a slant from the back of the seat all the way to the floor, so her leg can stay 100% straight. So got in there, got the seatbelt on her and that, and because she's so far forward in the thing, the seatbelt kept locking up, so you haven't taken the seatbelt on and off. But took off, drove around, ran over to Beachside. Actually ran back to the golf cart first, then from there headed over to Beachside, and all the beach ramps were closed. I don't know if it's because of high tide, or they decided to close the beach entrance early, because it was only like 5:30 and the beach is open until 7, so confused us a little bit there. But we hit every one of them, and every on-ramp was closed. So we was like, oh, whatever. So we just drove around Beachside a little bit, looked at a couple new houses they were building. There's one of them I really like the design. It's got the main house, it's got a big covered like breezeway, then it's got a garage on the other side, and I think the garage would be big enough to have like a house, like a small efficiency apartment back. But my thought was, if I ever built something like for my father-in-law, that's what I would do. I'd build him a separate house on one side, put a big breezeway in the middle, fully screened in, and then we could kind of share a patio, and then we could have access to him easily. But he's not in our house, we're not sharing. His own kitchen, his own bathroom, everything else on his own, and kind of own a little bit of independence, but yet still at the same time, you know, right there together with us. So we even thought about that for my mother. If we built one, we'd probably build a small little unit on her side with a smaller breezeway, because she'll never use the patio. And then you have the whole backyard. I got to be concerned about, with my father-in-law especially, is like him doing dumb shit like feeding the dogs. I'm watching my clients' dogs, feeding them food and stuff, because he had that one time that he was over for like Christmas, Thanksgiving, I think it was probably Christmas, and he was letting one of the dogs lick the eggnog out of the glass, and I was so pissed off. So I told him like 5 times, don't feed him anything, don't give him anything, I can't have people food. And then I was just like, you gotta be shitting me, like what the hell. So we gotta really keep an eye on that kind of thing. So that's a concern about sharing space with him and the dogs, if that's the case. But who knows? We kind of discussed that a little bit. I came back, on the way back we stopped, picked up some shrimp cocktail sauce, and Karen's like, oh, we got some. So I looked before we left, thank goodness, because we didn't have any. So on the way back, I stopped at Winn-Dixie, went in and grabbed some, grabbed a couple different kinds, because one's like $1 cheaper a bottle, and I thought, well, we'll try it and see if we can tell the difference or not, if it's worth eating. I had a bunch of cooked frozen shrimp that I'd thawed out, and ended up making ourselves some shrimp cocktails and some crackers. And then I went ahead and sauteed up a dozen of shrimp in some garlic sauce, salt and butter, and made a nice little grilled shrimp as well. Turned out really good. So had a nice little dinner, Wife went and got a shower, which takes a while because it's just a pain in the butt. She's got like a shower chair type thing. It's like a walker for wheels that we're using as a shower chair. So everything just is hard for her right now with the injury. So got that done, got her all situated, got her all comfortable again, and then headed back outside and hung out with the dog and just chilled out in the patio. Had another client reach out, let me watch their dog, and it was just one of those that's not trained and jumps on people and anything else and whatnot. And I was like, nope, can't do that right now, because I'm not basically locking my wife in the room or locking a dog in the room. It's going to tear up my walls because I can't be there with it all the time and deal with that. So yay, fun stuff. But yeah, had that. My mom reached out and asked for one of some like Harry Potter DVDs and stuff from my aunt because she's up in Iowa visiting her sister. I'm like, no, I think we got them somewhere. We don't watch them, so we don't need them. So I think she was going to try and bring them back on the plane with her. But she comes home Monday, I think it is. Pretty sure it's Monday she comes home. But I got to look it up and see the actual time to pick her up. It's in the evening, I believe. But I get that scheduled around. But it's that whole thing of being gone for a couple hours. My wife's here by herself. Makes me a little nervous. Where right now I got on my run, I don't care because I'm within 15 minutes of the house. Worst case scenario, probably closer to 10 at any point. Even though I'm gone for a while, she could text or call me. I could be back straight to the house, just run straight there, and I'd be back in 10-15 minutes. So, but if I'm over at the airport an hour away, then worst case scenario, the worst case she'd call me and fell or something bad happened before I picked my mom up and she wasn't ready to pick up, I'd have to come back, help my wife, then drive way back over to get my mom again. So that would be the absolute worst part of it. But best case scenario would be I already picked up my mom on the way back and I get the call, but I could still be an hour out to get home to her. So it makes me nervous. And her dad's basically, lack of a better term, is worthless in that whole process of, helping out kind of thing. So doesn't drive, and there's a bunch of other things that we can't trust him with. Like a cars and stuff, he doesn't drive stick shift and that, so not the car, but it kind of is what it is there. So went ahead, also I took over his record shelf that I built from IKEA, had it all assembled and built in the extra brackets and all that kind of stuff. So I delivered it to his house, and she thought he was still gone. He went out with a friend of his, and I get there, he's like standing in my way. I'm like, oh, I thought you saw it falling. He goes, nope, he left about 10 minutes ago. I'm like, shit, I wish I'd done this before I went my run, but it is what it is. I was all sweaty from the run and stuff too, which is why I did it afterwards. But he was like in the way, and he's like trying to help me through. I'm like, okay, the help I need from you is just get out of my way. So he steps over the side, and I'm like, okay, I'm trying to move the rug out of the way so I can get the dolly through here and stuff. So he goes, oh, you mean really get out of the way? I'm like, yep, 100%, just get out of the way. Like, part of my like, just go to your bedroom, go in the bathroom, and go in and just get out of here, kind of thing. But kind of is what it is. So he went ahead and basically got it moved in there and had to cut some baseboard out and whatnot to make it fit. And it fit like almost perfect with the outlet plug, which I didn't even think about when I put the first one in, screwed it to the wall. So I went and got some brackets I had at the house, came back over and got it all anchored to the wall, so it's all good to go. I also brought home a table. We had a really cute little round table that we've had for years. We left it there for him, and he broke one of the legs off it somehow. No idea how, but he broke one of the legs off, so I got some new glue for it. I got a base coming and I put a screw into the leg to kind of lose the attractiveness a little bit, but it's going to be 100 times stronger. So we'll go with that, and I'll get it all mounted up here soon. But I drug it back home and that, all my tools, putting away, and said shelf's ready to go. Start loading up the records, and supposedly he's going to start weeding down his record collection, start selling off some stuff. But who knows if there's any truth to that or not. It's really hard telling, but that's what we're hopeful for. We're hoping that'll be the thing, and we can go from there. But don't know if it'll actually happen or not. So we will definitely see how that goes down. So, but yeah. Got done with that, got my cigar outside in the evening. Wife's already in bed, and then came back in. We had a little snacks. I was like, you getting a snack? I'm like, what do you want? Like, just tell me what I'll get you what I want, whether I get one or not. So she ended up with peanut M&Ms, what she wanted tonight for a snack. So she had some peanut M&Ms, and I ended up eating some chips. And I have the Frito-Lay twist barbecue, whatever, that I only eat on road trips or like traveling, like flights and stuff. I don't know why, it's the snack I only eat when I'm traveling. I bought some because I was planning on being on a trip. Well, since there's no trip, the chips will go bad before I ever get around to taking on a trip. So I decided just been eating those off during the time I would have been on the trip. So it's kind of still a traveling snack, I guess, but that's what I had for my evening snack. So anyway, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.